Hey, welcome to Kid to Athlete. My name is David Sabi, your coach in helping you raise an athlete. Now, in today's video, we're going to go over the quality of life for your athlete. Now, I was listening to Ed Milet. He talks about the quality of life, and I like the way he says it because he says pretty much what we do is we use emotions, right? We describe our quality of life through emotions. And now, if you follow Kid to Athlete, you know that I always say an athlete is the big four, right? Physical, mental, emotional, and social. And this emotional aspect is very important for not just the well-being and quality of our life, but also for the other elements, physical, mental, and the social. So when you're looking at your athlete and you're saying, well, what's the quality of life for my athlete? Well, let's look at the emotions. Are they happy? Are they excited? Is it a joy to be, in the sports experience window? And that sports experience window is, again, when they start participating in sports to the end of their sports career. Now, hopefully they have a big sports experience window, but in that sports experience window, what's the quality of life they have? Is it happiness? Is it joy? Are they excited, right? Or are they depressed? Are they anxious? Are they stressed? So when we look at our kids and we look at our athletes in that sports experience window, let's think of the quality of life of that athlete. And so when we are aware of it, we can go after it, right? So if you're looking at making sure your athlete enjoys it, make sure you understand that's the goal within the sports experience window, and it is tied to emotions. Now, the quality of your athlete's life also isn't based on the sport, right? A lot of times we think the sport is, if they're playing well in the sport, then they're doing well. Not necessarily. I've coached a lot of kids, and I've seen some athletes have all the talent in the world, and they weren't happy, right? They're doing great on the field, but they just weren't happy. Their quality of life as an athlete wasn't very high. On the other hand, I've had some kids that they would fight and fight and fight, yet they didn't have the talent that some of these other kids had, but they enjoyed it and they were happy and they were going after it. And I think they would continue to go after it because, well, their quality of life as an athlete was high and they enjoyed what they were doing and they enjoyed just pushing through. It didn't matter necessarily what it looked like on the field, although they were trying to do their best, which was great. So as a parent though, what's the quality of life you want your athlete in that sports experience window? Because it's going by fast and we need to be aware of it. One of the biggest ways that you can help your athlete have a high quality of life is by simply giving them control. Giving them the control that they have in what they have control of, which means they can control themselves. They can control their effort. They can control how they want to stand, how they want to feel if they decide. Right? And so what we're looking at is giving them the control for that and giving them the space and safety to say, hey, you have control of this, let's go after it. Because the most frustrating thing in the world is to try to be controlling something that you have no control of. And so if you're focused on controlling what you have no control of, you're not going to have a very high quality of life. You're going to be frustrated, you're going to be angry, you're going to have all these negative emotions because you have no control or power to change it. So give your athlete that control. Let them know what they have control of. Celebrate when they do control that, especially during those hard times when, maybe they're losing the game, but they're giving that 100% effort, right? They have control of their effort. It doesn't matter what the scoreboard says. They gave it all because they had control of it and they took control of it. Celebrate that, give them control, and the quality of life, I believe, will be up. Their emotions will be positive, hopefully happy. They'll enjoy it. And that sports experience window, when it does end, they can look back and say, That was great. Let's go after the next one. We're still an athlete and we can compete in anything outside the sports. And with that, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and I will see you on another video. Take care.